Elden Ring Nightreign just released, and if you've queued up with randoms because your friends don't have compatible systems because there's no freaking crossplay, then you know people can be pretty bad at this video game. So today we're going over the top 8 reasons people are bad at Elden Ring Nightreign, sometimes including myself. Y'all are dying. It's true. Raises physical... Wait, what? Number 8, reviving. You know that thing on a flight where they tell you that you need to put your mask on before helping others? They really need that alert for players in Nightreign because they will see you go down and immediately be like, they drop everything to just run and go and get you up without coordinating at all when it's safe or smart to actually do so, and they just get obliterated. Reminds me of that god-awful revival loop thing in Halo 5's crappy campaign where an NPC ally just walks over and dies in this Congo line of failure. Number 7, wrong enemies, wrong time. Ever since Elden Ring came out, people have been stubbornly grinding hundreds of deaths on enemies that they are way underleveled for. Suffering is the love language of a Souls player. I get it. But that's a real problem in Nightreign because you lose a level every time you die, and even if you can kill a giant enemy when you are underleveled, it's not about if you can kill that giant enemy, it's if you can kill them in like 30 seconds. The circle is closing in fast in this game, so you need to pick your battles relative to your level. Meanwhile, though, you'll just have like teammates at the end of the second day falling behind because they're executing every trash mob they find, giving them a proper burial, and notifying their families instead of actually getting the big bosses with the juicy loot. Basically, learn what enemies make sense when. Number 6, get in the zone. Literally. This one is crazy to me because it feels like everybody at this point should have played like a PUBG or a Fortnite or looked in the mirror at their receding hairline. Like, the slow creep of inevitable death should not be a surprise mechanic to any of us. But I still lose teammates miles away because they aren't paying any attention to the oncoming blue blur of death. People, the circle is like the main gimmick of the game. It's in the trailer, it's in the UI, it's on your ass. Move! Number 5, no communication. All right, this one is mainly From Software's fault because communication is like almost non-existent in this game right now. At this point, I would buy the Tin Can on a String DLC if it meant I could actually talk to my teammates in-game, because my random teammates cannot figure out that I am trying to tell them, you can only damage the spider's heads. Please, I played Dark Souls 2. For the love of God, stop attacking its body. But no. All I can do is frantically ping and desperately hope someone speaks Morse code. You absolutely need to be in a Discord to actually enjoy this game multiplayer. So join the Babe 1, Babe 2 Discord channel. Lots of cool people there. And always remember to subscribe. Number 4, doesn't stay with the team. Apes, together, strong. This is a team game, mainly because solos is currently the hardest FromSoft game ever fucking made. It's impossible. But also because there's 3 of you, you guys can just bitch slap high tier enemies that you spent 10 hours and broke 3 controllers fighting in the base game. Now, it's true that runes that your teammates get from killing enemies is given to the entire group, so your rogue teammate is kinda doing something for you while they're doing their own thing. But here's the deal. He isn't there to help take down the bosses that have the loot that actually makes the difference, or to revive you to prevent you from losing an entire level. Think of it this way. Yes, your team is leveling up by grinding runes off on your own, but those levels are kind of pointless when you lose them because you aren't together to revive each other. 0 + 1 - 1 = 0. Number 3, not using the map. This one, honestly, I still kind of suck at as well. I have totally turned my brain off when it comes to looking at the lay of the land in Elden Ring, because you can just teleport from Site of Grace to Site of Grace. But in Nightreign, doesn't work that way. On the surface, you think all you need to know is where pings are for your team and maybe what points of interest mean what on the map. You fool! You didn't pay attention in topography class in video game school, so you think that that church is right next to you, but when you run over there, because you didn't pay attention to the landscape, you're looking up at a sheer cliff, baby, and that storm's coming right on your ass. What do you do now? Thought you could parkour everything in this game? Well, surprise, surprise, bitch. You can hardly parkour the stuff that they fucking made to be able to parkour in this game. So you whip out the old trusty map, find the closest whoosh well or whatever they call it to fly over to where you need to go and live another day, all thanks to the beautiful, wonderful map. Oh, and even the hawk riding stuff has like set paths marked on the map. It's not an Uber, it's like a Greyhound bus. Use the map. Okay, it's not optional. Number 2, no build, no plan, just vibes. I made it to the Night Lord with a few randos online, and we got absolutely destroyed. I saw my allies build an equipment on the end screen. All he had was 2 ballistas and the same starting weapon from the beginning of the game. I literally cried my own blood. All right, I'm kidding, but building your own character has like a good, better, best kind of tier system in this game, in my opinion. Good is at least pick up weapons and items. A lot of players don't realize weapons have secondary benefits just by having them in your inventory, and they don't make you fat roll or anything like that. It's weird, but if you're going for a strength build and you find like a bow that has like a plus 15% damage when two-handing any weapon, then absolutely pick it up even if you never even touch the thing. Now, better when making a build happens before you even go into the expedition. First, your character of choice will have better scaling with certain weapons. Learn what those are. You don't want to play as Raider with a cool little dagger that you found in Expedition. Second is using relics before going into an expedition that have relevant strengths to your pre-planned build. So before going into the expedition, you picked a character that scales with certain weapons, you picked relics that synergize with that scaling, and you'll be on the lookout for those types of weapons and skills in-game. Now, best for making a build in Nightreign involves having your target in mind from the get-go. You picked a specific Night Lord that is weak to a specific thing, and you have optimized your build for that target. Then in-game, you go to map-marked locations that will give you loot that correlates to that boss's weakness. You string all that together with 2 other people doing the same thing. Suddenly you get to the Night Lord and you're actually able to do some meaningful damage. Number 1, playing it like it's Elden Ring. It does say Elden Ring on the title. I know, I saw it. But that is about as far as the similarities go when it comes to how you approach the game. In previous Souls games, people are rewarded for taking their sweet time, exploring every nook and cranny of a castle to make sure they pick up every piece of loot, read every item description, all while they have a lore video playing to explain the story behind every brick of the building. When it comes to leveling, weapons, stats, your decisions can have permanent and unchangeable implications for your playthrough, so make sure you think long and hard about whether you really want to spend the smithing stones leveling up that weapon. In Nightreign, you're already dead, and your mailbox is literally blowing up with angry messages from your teammates. What you need to be focused on to be successful in Nightreign is completely different than any other Souls game. First, your teammates are your biggest asset because they can literally triple your damage output. You or they can also have ultimates that are specifically designed for certain things, some of which are goated at reviving what? Teammates. Second, there is much more fluidity in your build than ever before. You can pick up and drop weapons at the drop of a hat because there literally is no equip load in the game at all. You can use a greatsword just because, you like the Ash of War on it and then switch back to your bow as like a dexterity-based character. As a guy who has always just wanted to play with all the toys, it is a thing of beauty. And lastly, any decision is better than no decision. In Souls games, there is no penalty. It's almost rewarding for thinking long and hard about what to do, what boss you want to fight, what area you want to explore next. In Nightreign, if you find yourself paralyzed with all the options, just go with your team or just pick literally anything for them. It's a time test. Anything is better than nothing. And that's it, babes. Let me know in the comments what you think about teammates, about the game. I have plenty of other stuff on the channel, like my dad playing through Elden Ring and Dark Souls his first time, streaming with my babe too, frame data stuff on the games, video essays, you name it. If you click through the channel, you will not be bored, I promise. But as always, thanks for watching.